when I gave birth to my son, I had postpartum depression.
Wow.
And it was a crazy moment. All right.
Okay. So, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today, Becks Flavors in the house. I'm so excited today. We're just going to have a really nice chat with Becks Flavor. And those of you that don't know Becks Flavor, you clearly have not been eating the right bread rolls. So after this video, you can go and check out her channel and look at all the beautiful recipes that she has on her YouTube channel. She has so many different Ghanaian recipes, so many different recipes. I know she even has like an Ivorian recipe on there. She has so many different foods that she has cooked on her channel. So I would really encourage you to check it out and cook some of the delicious meals that she's been cooking on there. But today we're not really going to be talking that much about food. We're going to be talking a bit more about her as a mom. Yeah, Becks Flavor is a mom as well as a cook.
Yep.
So we're going to be digging in a bit more into the mom side of her life. So stay tuned. Okay, so would you like to tell us a bit about yourself before we start?
So hello everyone. My name is Becca from Becks Flavor, and I'm a wife. I'm a mother of two. I'm a student.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, student. So I like to sing. I like to cook, obviously, and that's about it. Really, I'm boring. Oh no, and then I'm a big what's the word? I'm a big not fan. I don't know. I love to talk about mental health. It's just very passionate. That's the word. I'm very passionate about mental health as well. So that's me in a nutshell.
Is that why you're studying mental health?
I'm doing mental health nursing at the moment, but I've done other mental health stuff. But if you get into that tomorrow, honestly.
Oh, that's really cool. That's cool. Okay, so to get to know a bit more about you as a mom, what is it like being a mom? You can start us off with that.
In all honesty, I know everybody will be like, "Oh, being a mom is so great," which it is. I'm not gonna, but being a mom is so stressful. Honestly, if people will tell the truth, it is just stressful. In as much as it's lovely, it's nice. Obviously, you look at your children, it's like, "Oh wow, I can't believe like these actually came from me." But maybe because I had kids like back to back.
Okay.
So my son is 4 and my daughter is 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's like I felt like I had twins, and perhaps I wasn't ready for the shock, because they were so close together, and it was just like, because when I was pregnant, then my son would not fall asleep unless I put him on my back, and it was just a lot because I was pregnant and I was tired, but other than that, it's nice to be somebody's parent, because then you think back about yourself. You're like, I'm somebody's child, and now I have a child of my own. It's weird sometimes, but it's so fulfilling, and it's so nice to be able to think that you've been privileged enough, because I feel it's a privilege and a blessing to be somebody's mother. So in all, it's hot and cold mixed together. It has its great moments, but then obviously everything in life, it has its ups and downs as well.
That's true. So so how do you do it? I know, so you mentioned that you're at uni now. You're mom of 2 really close related in age children. You're full-time YouTuber.
Basically,
you work full-time as well. You're a wife.
Right now, I don't work currently because that one would kill me, honestly. But I'm a full-time student. I'm doing, because I have to go back a bit. So I did psychology and criminology as an undergrad, and then I did forensic mental health as a master's. And then now I'm doing mental health nursing as another master's. But because everything has been crammed into like 2 years. It's like go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a bit overwhelming because I've got the kids, I've got my husband, and I've got the YouTube, then you've got life. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend.
You've got church.
And you've got church. You've got church, you know. And to be honest, I don't know. If I tell you if I know how I do it, I don't really know how I do it. But majority of the thing, I think, is because I have a very supportive husband who will step in when, you know, I just want to have a moment. I just want. But then if he wasn't there, it would have been a struggle, obviously. But like there was a lot of things that you as the woman, you have to do yourself, because there was just some men and women can do everything and anything, right? But there's just certain things that it's just you that you have to do it, if that makes sense. It just gives you that sense of womanhood, you know, that kind of, you know. So I take a lot on, and sometimes I don't know. But then, you know, weird thing about me, when I say I'm tired, that's when I'm being productive. It's just weird. Like when I be like, oh, like this morning I was like, oh, I'm so tired, guys. I'm not feeling too well, you know. And then I'm there, I'm making buffet. I'm doing a whole clean out, and it's like my husband's like, but I thought you said one for you. I said, I don't know. Yeah. So and God, I would say, God gives the strength when you ask for it, and He will make things easy. Like I said, that I don't know how I do it. But it's because God has given me the strength to even carry on when I feel like I haven't got the strength to carry on. So, but it's fun. It's fun. It's like a rat race, and it's like go. It's fun.
That's really cool. Okay, so I mean, I'm taking in a lot of points actually, because I'm just thinking about all these things that you're doing, and then now I don't have any children. I'm only working. And sometimes I get so tired I have to stop doing certain things just to take a break. So like, I think thinking back to when you didn't have any children, or maybe thinking back to even before you got married and now, are there things that maybe you wish you would have done before you had children, or are there things that you feel like you wish you could do now but you're not getting the time to do, and it's because obviously you're a mom?
Yeah, I really wish I could travel, like, because traveling with children is a lot. Packing alone is dramatic, right? So me and my husband planned, this was like, I think 2 years ago or whatever it was, trying to travel out of the country. And then we wanted to go to Ghana, and they were thinking, okay, we're gonna take the kids to my parents, so to my mom who lives in Holland. So the idea was to go from here, go to Holland, and then go from Holland to Ghana.
Okay.
But then thinking about it, it was like, okay, if we book a ticket for all of us to go from here to Holland, it would be like we have to book a ticket for the kids as well as if they're going to Ghana, which will make the ticket more expensive because it don't make sense. But if we say we are only booking the ticket from here to Holland, that will also mean that it's going to be all expensive again, because we have to book because now they charge for like baggages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to pay for all them Ghana baggages and everything else.
Yeah.
And then pay. So you're like, right, never mind. Let's just stay at home. It's not that deep, you know. So it's just planning things in general. Like it could be as little as I need to go to Tesco.
Yeah.
And that takes planning, because you can't just get up and leave. You know, you have kids, so there's a lot of obviously restrictions of what you can do and what you can't do when you have children, because everything takes a lot of planning, a lot of consideration. So I tend to do a lot of things like film my videos and all that when they go to school, when I have like a day off, instead of me resting. Because then when I rest, then that means the next day I'm going to placement, I'm going to uni, and then the kids will be here. So I have to factor everything in. So when they go to school, you wake up and you do everything. So it's like a go once again, because when they come back, you're still working, you're still going on. But yeah, It's fun, I'd say.
Wow.
Have children, it's fun.
Okay, wow. All right. So what's one thing that you love so much about being a mom? If there was one thing that, you could say that, okay, because of this, I enjoy being a mom so much, what would that be?
Yeah, sometimes you just sit there, you're just sad, just like sad about whatever it is in general. And then your children will just come to you, and like my daughter, she will just do the most random things. And then you just start laughing. You just start being happy. They give so much comfort. Like, I'm not saying like, obviously having children is like, oh my God. No, but they give you so much comfort. Like, I remember when I was ill, and then my son would come, like, Mommy, are you okay? And then he'll give you a hug and he'll give you a kiss. And it's like, oh, it just melts your heart to the fact that God has, through you, has created a human being who loves you unconditionally. That is what makes it, because they genuinely love you unconditionally. Like, they have no strings attached, like, oh, because she's going to feed me today, I'm going to love her. It's like the purest form of love, like, literally. And you're everything to them. Your word is golden. You can tell them water is bad for you and they will stop drinking water. Like, it's just everything you say is golden to them, because they trust you. It's that unconditional love. It's that trust that they have for you, knowing that we don't know where the food is going to come from, but 6 o'clock we're going to eat. I can hear them now. They are going to eat because it's nearly 6 o'clock. They know there's clothes to wear. It's that feeling of gratitude that you love when you have children. You just feel like, oh, they love me. I don't have to beg for love, or I don't have to oh, this love is gonna end. Maybe when they're teenagers will be a different talk, but now but now they love me, and it's a great feeling, honestly.
That's amazing. And I think I see it's like every time I watch like your states or something, I'm just like, because children are so funny. Like, they do the most funniest things.
They really do.
Especially your daughter.
They will annoy you like 8% of the time. And the other percentage of it is just funny. They will just make you laugh. They will just dance and do like the most random things.
Yeah.
After a long day, you just feel like, it's just nice. And you get somebody to say, hey, go and get me this one. That helps.
And no one else. I feel like they are like your biggest fans as well, because when sometimes I see your videos and when they're eating your food, I feel like they're literally eating gold because their facial expressions.
Literally, wow. I kid you not, there are a lot of things that obviously I don't film because it's so spontaneous. When I'm cooking and then my son or my daughter, one of them will come in and be like, Mommy, oh, Becks flavour, and I just burst out in laughter.
Oh, it's so funny.
Literally, that's what they do.
So cute. Okay, so if there was any advice that you would give to someone that's going to become a mom soon, or just any advice you would like to give to future mothers.
Okay, so one thing that I didn't like when I was becoming a mother is people handing over their opinions and handing over advice that was just unnecessary. Somebody came into my house and said, oh, your house is not kid friendly. You got a table there, you got this, kid friendly. And I asked the person, what is kid friendly? Like, oh yeah, they're gonna hurt themselves, or they're gonna mash things up and blah blah blah. And I said to them, kids are kids, right? What you teach them is what they know. If you give birth to your child and by the time they come, you've already cleared the whole house. Oh, I don't want you to touch that. I don't want you to touch that.
Yeah.
When you bring it back, they are going to wreck it because. Okay, so my advice is to do you. Don't take people's opinions and advice, that you feel like you have to. Because a lot of people push things. Don't do this. Don't do that. Blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, when you give birth to your child, is your home that will determine how you're going to raise your child, how you want your children to grow up, and how you want your children to be. So for me, for instance, 8 o'clock is bedtime. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're not tired. Because for me, I've been at it since morning.
Yeah.
And I need to rest.
That's true.
Because otherwise it's just too much for you. And mind you that you also have a husband. You need to try and make some time for your marriage, because your marriage is your first ministry in life.
Wow.
Children are, I don't want to use the word bonus, but children are an addition to that ministry. But your core ministry is your marriage, which you need to work on. Yeah. But once children come in, it becomes very difficult to find that kind of that kind of space and time to spend with your spouse. So having measures in place so that you can work on your relationship, as well as being a good mother and being a good wife, sister, and friend, and whatever to everybody else, because essentially you're like a big pie that everybody needs a piece of. So you can't just give 90% of the pie to your children and then the other 10 are suffering, because they said it takes a village to raise a child. That village is not necessarily them helping you to raise your child per se, but that village can also be them helping you with your mental health. You having time to just speak to someone, just random chat. So don't take everybody's advice on don't do this, don't do that. Once the child comes, believe me, you would know what to do. Like, you just know what to do. And when you find what to do, just find what works for you. If you find that when your children go to bed at 8 doesn't help, don't go to bed at 8. You know what I mean? It's like there's not a golden rule to say that this is how you train your child. This is how you, because everybody's been brought up a certain way. Yeah. The way my mom brought me up, I've always said to her, 70% it was great, but the other 30 of the things that she did, I don't agree, and I'm not into it. Yeah. I told her, and I said, and that's the 30 that I'm gonna bring my own to raise my children. Yeah. So my biggest advice, don't listen to the whole world. just be you. You and your husband. Just find a common spot that works for you. Obviously, there are some little things that, things to buy or things to get and, all these stuff. That one, fine. Yeah. But don't let anybody tell you how to raise your child. Don't let people make you feel bad about how you raise, unless it's bad. But don't let people make you feel bad about how you raise a child. And I'll put this into it quickly. I recently had, I don't want to call it an argument. Maybe for me it was an argument, but for them it was a discussion. But I was just scrolling through my WhatsApp status, whatever, and then one of the persons that I know wrote like a whole thing like, I don't understand how some parents can say, oh, I'm so glad my children are not here today. I'm so going to enjoy it. How dare you say that? If you didn't want to have children, you shouldn't have children. So I skipped the status, and then my heart wouldn't let me. Then I came back. I said, no. And I went to the lady and I said, sorry, but you don't have children, and you have no right to let other people feel that kind of way, that they have no right to say how they feel. Yeah. Right? I have children. And she said, if you plan to have your children, then you shouldn't say this. Or even if you didn't plan to have your children, you knew what you were doing to have children, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I plan to have my children. Yeah. I literally plan. But I want them to be born this time. I want them to be, I plan to have my children. Yeah. And I said to her, the fact that I plan to have my children doesn't mean that I don't get tired. It doesn't mean that I want them around 24/7. Sure. If my children are not here, I'm going to enjoy it. But that doesn't mean that I don't love them, or I love them any less, because I want that free time for myself. So don't let people make you feel bad for making certain choices because you choose to take my son will go to school. He finished school at 3:20. I let him go to after school club and I pay. Because 3:20, I want to have that little piece to make dinner, to not having to worry about are they hurting themselves? Are they messing something up? Are they doing something? So I'll go and pick him up at 5. Does that make me a bad parent if somebody feels like that? Well, but does that make me have a clearer mind when he comes back home? Yes.
Yeah.
And at least when he comes back home, dinner is sorted, things are sorted. So I have more time to spend with my children. So people shouldn't harass people to act a certain way as a mother. I mean, you live in a different environment. You do different things. You can't expect everybody to be the same. So that's my biggest advice. Do you find what works for you and your husband? Or if you're a single parent, if you're a single parent, the more do you, because you're on your own.
Yeah.
Nobody else is there to help you. So don't see somebody and think, oh, they've got, like textbook child and blah, blah, blah. Do you?
Yeah.
So that's
great. No, that's really good advice. I love that. Because I think moms already have enough to deal with as it is.
Yes.
You don't need
it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure, like body changes, mind changes, everything. And perhaps I've never shared this online or a lot. But when I gave birth to my son, I had postpartum depression.
Wow. And
it was a crazy moment. A lot of people didn't even realize that I had it. Because I was so good in hiding it.
Wow.
I would sit at home, I'll cry. I know my husband comes to my husband's 5, so from 4:45ish, I start to like, we're going to stand outside, make sure my eyes are dry. I'll come back and I'm sitting here. I like to sing. I'll go to church, they'll ask me to sing, I'll run to the toilet and I'll cry. I don't know why, I don't know how. I did not know what was happening to me. Imagine if somebody had then come and make me feel even worse because I'm not being a great mother. You don't know what people are going through when they give birth. It's a whole change. Your body, your mind. It's a lot that women go through. People have traumatic childbirth and things like that. And, when they come out of it, they just can't seem to be themselves, the old self again. So for somebody to then sit there and judge or expecting something from you, it's not fair. So I think advice for people out there, please be nice. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, because you don't know what people are going through in their lives. And being a mother is hard enough than having somebody coming to judge you from the outside because they don't know what's going on.
It's true. It's true. And I think you're doing great. I mean, I love you. I love them so much.
You can have them for the weekend.
They don't know me, but I love them. And they're just so funny. And I feel like they really, they come across like they really appreciate you. And that makes me really love them.
I hope they do.
Because of how funny they are around you. But that's really cool. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I want you to say a bit about your channel. I know there's a lot going on there. I'm going to link it below. But I just want you to tell us a bit about Becks Flavour, what you do on there, future plans for Becks Flavour, so that people can go and check it out.
Right. So my channel's name is Becks Flavour, and it's about food, good food, home cooking. I love to cook, and I'm not a professional cook, but I just love to cook. And I want to share my love for cooking with everyone. My aim, or the aim of the channel, is to enable everyone to make simple, delicious food from the comfort of your home. And it's my aim that everybody will learn how to bake bread. I'm going to enforce it into people, how to make homemade things, because trust me, homemade, nothing beats homemade, because you know what's in it. That's just what it is. You know exactly what you're putting into your body. So have a look at my channel, and if you enjoy it, please do stay and subscribe, and together we will make great meals together.
Definitely check out Beck's Flavors channel. I love her bread recipe. You know, I think it was back in December or November time. I was baking bread at home, and a friend came to visit. And then as soon as she came to my kitchen and I was baking the bread, she was like, "Is that Beck's Flavors recipe?" Right? That looks like her recipe.
It's like Beck's Flavour, yeah.
It is. And then she was like, "No, I've been trying it at home, so it's good." You cannot go wrong with her bread.
Wow, thank you.
It's very easy and just straightforward. So definitely check it out. Thank you, Becks. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you for having me.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Moms, and to everyone who's going to check out Beck's Flavor, check it out and make really good bread for your children at home.
Yeah, breakfast in bed. Okay.
Thank you, Beck's Flavor. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.